Assalamualaikum ladies and gentlemen. My name is Farah Nur Humaira binti Suhaizad with matrix number 10DPM20F2001. Before I begin, I would like to thank to my lecturer Puan Linda binti Mokhtar for allowing me to give a speech to all of you today. Now, I will begin my speech on topic how to spot a toxic employee. But first, do you know what is toxic employee means? Don't worry, let me explain to you. Toxic employees are typically overconfident, have self-centered attitudes, and are rule breakers. They tend not to cooperate with others or respect their co-workers because they're always looking out for number one, which can make them difficult people in the workplace environment where teamwork is needed most often. Now, I will explain to all of you how to spot a toxic employee in your workplace. First and foremost, you need to observe employees to see if any of them are overconfident. Look for individuals who view themselves as overly capable for a job. As a test, give your employee a survey where they have to rate their skill levels. Compare their results to their actual capabilities in the workspace, which can give you an idea of their confidence levels. For instance, if a person rates themselves with a 5 out of 5 rating for typing but can only type 50 words a minute, they're likely overconfident. Overconfident employees tend to be toxic since they think they can get away with things. The second way is listen to an employee to see if they have a selfish attitude. Look for workers who only seem to care about their own problems and don't offer much empathy to their co-workers. Keep in mind that most selfish individuals are unaware of their attitude and they don't care if or how they contribute to a negative workspace. Be on the lookout for an employee who repeatedly refuses to help their employees. Besides, look for employees who have a negative mindset toward their work. Listen for workers who are always complaining regardless of the day. Note that persistently grumpy employees are more likely to get into tiffs with coworkers, which can lead to a toxic environment. It's normal for employees to complain once in a while. It only becomes a red flag when the worker is complaining 24/7. In many cases, these workers refuse to compromise their feelings and will remain grumpy even if you offer to fix the situation. The fourth way is watch out for employees who consistently procrastinate. Keep track of deadlines for your workspace and how well employees adhere to them. Take note of any workers who repeatedly turn in work late or make an offhanded excuse that they'll get it done another time. While occasional procrastination isn't a red flag, repeated occurrences are a big deal and may signal a toxic employee. Take note of the established deadlines for your workspace and write down if the employee submitted their work on time or not. Last but not least, watch for employees who bully or belittle others. Look for workers who are intimidating and rude to other employees. These people will try to humiliate others in a public setting instead of setting their issues in public. For better or worse, this is a very obvious red flag for toxicity in the workplace. For instance, it's not a good sign if an employee makes a big issue about someone grabbing their lunch instead of addressing the person individually. Now, I will move on to 5 types of toxic employees, which are the underperformer, the passive-aggressive employee, the gossip, and the prideful one, also the knowledge hoarder. The first one is the underperformer. Your employee's performance probably fluctuates depending on their strengths and weaknesses, mood, and what else is going on at work. But if you have a perpetual underperformer, you have a toxic employee. And you know what else it means? Your other employees have to pick up the slack. Your employees don't want that. Not to mention, your business can't handle that long term. In a nutshell, there are 4 traits of an underperformer. 1. Disengaged with their work. 2. Fails to meet goals. 3. Constantly needs others to pick up the slack. And 4. Makes excuses. To get the underperformer up to par, you may need to meet with them to find out why they are falling short. You might also decide to put them on a performance improvement plan to encourage a better work ethic. Next, the passive-aggressive employee. A passive-aggressive individual is someone who doesn't speak their mind when they're upset. Instead, they indirectly show that they're not happy about something. This can be very toxic for the workplace. Imagine asking a coworker to get something done. They are unhappy with the task, but instead of telling you directly, they make snippy remarks or procrastinate on doing the task. Here are a few quick facts about the passive-aggressive one. First, avoids direct conflict. Second, bitter or snarky. Third, backhanded comments. And fourth, puts off doing things they don't agree with. Someone who is a passive person may be more inclined to bottle their feelings and avoid taking action. When there's conflict, they may get frustrated and display passive-aggressive behaviors. To help deal with this type of toxic characteristic, foster an environment of communication. Encourage your employees to express themselves. Give your workers plenty of opportunities to regularly talk with you. Besides that, the gossip. Your employees likely enjoy talking with their fellow co-workers. Maybe they talk about work or their personal lives, or maybe they're dishing about other employees, your business status, or even you. Gossip is often an unfortunate but inevitable part of the workplace. People like to talk, and those talks can often turn personal and palm life into the rumor mill. Gossip can bring resentment, expose personal affairs, and cause frustration. Here are some signs of a gossiper. Always whispering, seems uncomfortable around certain people, talks with others to you, and also two-faced. You can prevent gossip, but again, you can set a good example by not partaking in it. The fourth one is the prideful one. Do you have an employee who thinks they know it all? A prideful employee is easy to spot. If they're wrong, they're slow to admit it. Pride can be a dangerous thing. Here are some prideful employee red flags. Slow to apologize, quick to brag, always right, and unresponsive to criticism. As I said, I think it's important for leaders to set a good example of humility. Another way you can help humble your prideful coworker is by lifting up the employees who possess humility. Lastly, the knowledge hoarder. The desire for job security can be a dangerous thing. Employees who want to secure their jobs may decide to keep processes and business-related knowledge to themselves. But successful businesses thrive on the flow of open communication, shared knowledge, and collaboration. A knowledge hoarder isn't just detrimental to your team's morale, they're a liability to your company's success. Here are some undeniable indicators of a knowledge hoarder. First, anti-team players. Second, have independent processes. Third, attention-seeking. And fourth, insecurities about work. A workplace can't run when you have at least one person hoarding knowledge and refusing to work on a team. To root out this problem, create a knowledge base and require all employees to share and manage documents. Praise employees or offer bonuses to employees who share information with others or help train new hires. That's all from me. Thank you for lending your ears and have a great day.